mean if you're not a rifleman. See? So here we go. The big DTR. I don't know if you know what DTR is, but I'm going to explain it to you. As we begin this communion, I want you to kind of have a DTR moment. Your relationship with Christ, you understand, it comes basically through the Holy Spirit. In other words, the more you have a contact, Grace, with the Holy Spirit, the closer you get to Christ. The less you listen, we talked about this on Wednesday night, the less you listen to the Holy Spirit, the farther your relationship with Christ gets. The closer you get, you follow? The closer your relationship with the Holy Spirit, the more you listen, the more you study, the more you read, the closer your relationship to Jesus Christ is. You must listen to the Holy Spirit to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. That's the point. So the question is are you a follower of Jesus Christ through the direction of the Holy Spirit? That's the simple sort of question. Now let me give you a couple definitions of people who are Christians. Just a couple. None of you fall into this. The one is called Jesus fish on the back of my car Christian. In other words, you're serious enough about your faith that you might even shop in the Christian section of the bookstore. You follow? Or you say. You might say, I'm not asking you, let me tell you something, I'm not asking if you go to church or if your grandparents go to church or if your this believer. I'm not asking that question. This category is people who come to church every Sunday and they participate in this thing called church and they have a Jesus fish or something like that on the back of the car. Okay. The other group is called, why is there a Jesus fish on your car? And this group is composed of people who say, I'm not against you people who are Christians. It's just, it's not relevant. I don't see how this works. I got to work out there. I have to work at the arsenal now all out there. I can't, Jesus is not going to work out the arsenal. It's not that you haven't that you have already an answer to the question. It's that in other words, it's not that you don't have an answer to the question. Do you follow Christ? It's just not relevant. Who cares? It's like somebody who's a Trekkie. You know what a Trekkie? And they walk up to you and they say, soha, uha, loha, boha. Which means, do you think Spock ought to be the captain? Okay? It's not that it's not important. It's just not relevant to you. So I'm asking you to take the time during this communion to have a DTR. You know what DTR is? Define the relationship. Define the relationship. Now let me give you a little tiny hint about that. When I was in high school, college, graduated from high school, I was at the University of Alabama, and I went out for a blind date with this girl, and we're sitting at this place, drinking coffee and eating a sandwich, and we're just chit-chatting along, having a little conversation, and she says to me, where is this relationship going? I mean, she's asking me for a DTR, and all I wanted to do was PDQ. Get out of there pretty darn quick. You follow what I'm saying? Okay. Now let's imagine ourselves this. That Jesus, you're in a coffee shop and you're sitting back, you come in to get your coffee, you get back in the back, and you sit down, you talk to you're drinking your coffee and thinking, and in walks Jesus. You can tell he's got a blue sash on, and he comes up and sits down beside you. You start to say the prayer, something maybe you might have heard on, I don't know, Ben Stiller and something. Anyway, you hear some prayer and you get it over with, and you look at him, and Jesus wants to cut through the mess. He wants to get right to the point. And he says, listen, Chris, let's just define this relationship here. No sense in me coming back to this coffee shop if you're constantly going to just blow me off. Where are you, Dave, in terms of your relationship with me? Are you listening to the Holy Spirit or not? Just tell me so I can get on about my business. Now, let me give you a perfect example of these guys who piddle-paddle around with this. You ever watch on football games, they got these guys who paint their chest. You ever see those people? They paint their chest, they holler and jump up and down and scream and holler. You probably go to their house, they probably have pictures of all the football players. They probably have signed footballs in there. I'm telling you, they probably have jerseys and bumper stickers. They have all that business. But these puppies, they never play a game. They never break a sweat. They never take a hard hit. All they know all about the players, but they don't know a single player personally. You know people like that? They look good, nice and painted up. Or how about this? The girl who follows this particular movie star on, she watches the E! channel, and she checks along where, Britney's really doing this weekend. No, she married an alien. And she follows along, she checks out what everybody does, and she even knows the birthday of this actress. She even knows the actual hair color of this actress, and the actress doesn't even remember what her hair color is. She knows everything about her. She knows all about the actress. The problem is she doesn't know the actress. She doesn't know the actress. We can be just like that. We can know all about Jesus. We can come here, we can dress up, we can put the thing on, we put the uniform on, jump up and down, clap the Christmas music, but we just don't know the guy we're doing it for. Follow? So, when we come up to communion, people are going to help me in a second. Listen, Jesus has already defined his part of the relationship. What did he do? He said, I love you so much, I'm dying for you. That's my part. What about your part? Define your part. That's okay. If you think it's too spocky, then go on. But if you want a part of this relationship, then let's get in this thing. Okay? Because on the night in which Jesus gave himself up, you remember he took the bread, he broke it, gave it to his disciples and said, this is my body broken for you. I love you so much, I've died for you. When you eat this, remember, the way I'm defining the relationship is I'm committed to you. I'm committed to you. Then he took the cup and he blessed it and he gave it to his disciples and said, this is the blood of the covenant. In other words, I bled for you, for heaven's sakes. I'm defining it, Joe. Come on. What's the relationship here? I'm doing everything I can. I've broken my body and I've given my blood. So you have to do nothing but accept it. That's all you have to do. So let's do this now for the next 10 minutes. It's going to take us. If you plan on going to Sunday school, you can take not carry out. You can have communion and then go to Sunday school. But in the meantime, as you come up and you get ready to take this, when you break the bread off and you think, dip it in would you think in your mind, what is my relationship with Jesus? Am I just a sort of a fan or am I a follower? Okay? All right, Huey, will you come and help me? And Susan and then William are going to help me.